night after night, to the end of time, forever and always, forever and always, all of my life, all of my life. Okay, see, so the other day I actually did my own music on here, and it got and it got flagged, right? Oh Lord, they be tripping, they be killing me. Okay, it got flagged, right? So copyright, but it's my music, nobody else's. It's just mine. Have me a little smoothie. It's green, yes, it's green, because I put some greens in it. All right, so, Lord have mercy, help me, Jesus. I'm just here chilling out. I just had a little mukbang on TikTok. I had some spicy shrimp with rice, and I got it from Native Noodles. Native Noodles right around the corner from me. So if you want to find me, look up Native Noodles in Manhattan, and you will find me. Look at me, I have a tan. I was at the beach yesterday. Yes, it was hot, hot, hot out. And I actually went last Wednesday, but I was gonna go Friday, and that didn't work out. For 4th of July. How was your 4th of July? How was your 4th of July? But that didn't work out. I got up late, and then the friend who said he was gonna rent a car, I didn't hear from him. And yeah, so whatever. So I ended up going and playing cards with some friends after sleeping most of the day. Because I got it in. I got up and did whatever I had to do. Went my behind back to bed. Like nobody's business. Went back to bed, had me a good old sleep. You know, I got up once or twice to go to the bathroom, laid back down. Then finally, when I got up and checked my phone, a friend was like, "Oh, we're over here trying to find a for us. So we're barbecuing, blah, blah." So I said, "Oh, right on time. Let me go get me something to eat." They didn't barbecue though. I mean, they had steak and they had chicken. I suppose they had hot dogs earlier. I don't really eat hot dogs, so I don't really care. I was hoping they had some shrimp. I should have took some shrimp over there, but I didn't. But they had some baked beans, and I had chicken and beef. I'm always like, "Where's the vegetables? Where the vegetables? What y'all doing? Where the vegetables?" Just messing with them. They're like, "Oh, we could make some." I'm like, "No, I'm just kidding. Whatever." I have a lot. I have a lot of fruits and vegetables in my diet, so it's not like I need to have it every single meal. What's the name? The chat is supposed to be on. Oh, see, I was just about to say, could somebody say something? Hey, how you doing, Bah? Hi, how's it going? I'm kind of fighting off something too, because I went to the beach yesterday, right? And it was really, really hot. You know, it was supposed to be like 90 something degrees. And so it was supposed to be like 80 something at the beach. So I went to the beach and I had a wonderful time. But then as like 3, 4, 5 o'clock rolled around, it started getting cold. The cold wind was chilly as it could be. I'm from New York City. Where are you from? So it got really, really chilly. So like I had to put on my clothes, and this is the only thing that I had like for a top. So I put this on, and then I was like, okay, it's time for me to go because it's too cold. It's too cold. It got too cold. And then it was cold on the bus and on the train on the way home. So I was getting a little tickle in my throat, like I'm gonna get sick. Russia? Oh my God, are you kidding? What part of Russia? That's somewhere I haven't been. I know some people from St. Petersburg. I think it's St. Petersburg. But I've never been there. Oh, funny thing, I forgot how to say it. The I don't remember. True story. Okay, so I'm a singer, songwriter, actor, author, poet. Back in the day, when I came to New York City, I was doing musical theater. So I was auditioning for anything and everything that was paying. I ended up getting this one job, and it was at a club called Club Versailles in New York City. It's in Brighton Beach, New York. So if you know anything about New York, Brighton Beach is where the Russians live. So I get the job, and we have to learn the script in Russian. In Russian. And some of the songs, a lot of songs were English, but some of the songs were in Russian. So, and I was one of the hosts. So it was a male and female host, and then it was 8 dancers. And they also sang, some of them also sang. So I learned this whole script in Russian, and I learned it because one, in college I took music, and I learned how to, now I've never been to Moscow, I've never been to Russia. So I learned it because they gave me a tape of someone speaking it. And then, I know like the International Phonetic Alphabet, which all singers learn in conservatory, because you sing in a lot of different languages, and you don't have, you just have to know the sounds that are coming out, so you use the international, and instead of singing how to explain it? Instead of singing the words on the page, you're singing the sounds that you hear that are coming out. Whatever. So if I'm singing like Italian, I'm singing si tra I capelli ritorte. I don't know what I'm saying, right? I do after I study my script and all that different stuff and get, go into motivation and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know what I'm saying. So I learned my script, and we all worked on it together, worked on our parts and stuff like that, and clarified this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, it sounds like this on the tape, but it's actually this. Somebody's working with us who was Russian. So the first rehearsal, we were in the club, and they're still working on the club. They're still building the club. They're still getting everything together. And at the time I didn't know, but it was the owner's wife. She stopped, and she was looking, and she started she was listening, and she started laughing. She was just laughing. And we're like, why is she laughing at us? And so then she calls over a few people, and she's laughing. She's like, do again. So we're doing the script, and they're all laughing and stuff like that. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? Are we doing something wrong? And they're like, no, she thinks you sound like you're from St. Petersburg. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. Come to find out, the guy on the tape that I was learning from was from St. Petersburg, and I had picked up like his nuances and, his vocal inflections and stuff like that. And so I did the whole script in, Russian. And people used to talk to me in Russian all the time. I only did this job for about, I would say 6 to 8 weeks. They went on longer than that, but I left because I was going to do another job. But literally, the Russian people who came to the club, they would be buying drinks and shots and trying to talk to me. And I'm like, I don't speak Russian. Oh, but you sound so good. So speak some more. And I'm like, I only know my script. That's all I know. But it's, that's what we do. That's what you do as a singer. I haven't had to learn so many things as much. I've learned some Italian. I've done some stuff Italian. I've done some stuff in German. And I did the Russian. I haven't done so many other things. But one thing that I do when I do travel a lot. And I used to travel a lot for work. And wherever I go, I try to learn, a few things in that language. So, I always say, learn hello, goodbye, please, thank you, and where's the bathroom? Because those are things that will always get you over. Hello, goodbye, please, thank you, and where's the bathroom? What's your favorite music? My favorite music is house music. I don't know if you have that in Russia, house music. House music, house music. I don't know if you have house music in Russia. That's my favorite music. And then I like R&B, Christian, gospel, a little hip hop. I like a lot of kinds of music. And even if I say I don't like a genre, there's always songs within a genre that I like. Because I never claim to like country music. But I sing with different bands, and sometimes you have to learn some of these songs. People request them. And so I've gotten to really enjoy and love some country songs like Your Man, of course, Baby Lock Them Doors and Turn the Lights Down Low. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's quite a few. There's quite a few. And I've done a lot on my cover channel. It's our and time. Can you sing that? Yes, of course I can sing it. I've had to do it. I've had to do it professionally. Plus, on my cover channel, it's R Anton, ITSRANTON. I actually did a cover of that song. It has about 30,000 views, but it also got played at a Josh Turner concert, or at several Josh Turner concerts, I guess, over a period of time. Because when it's his biggest song. So before he does the song, he introduces it, and he has a compilation of of a lot of people on the net who have covered his song, and I'm one of those people. And I'm usually the first one because I do this little can you turn the music up in the headphones, you know. And I never knew until someone came on the video. I was like, oh, I remember you from, and I was like, really? And I finally found, after months of searching, I finally found somebody who had the clip of me. And I hope I saved it. I don't know if I saved it. What I need to do now, I think, is I need to find it again, or if I find where I saved it to. If I saved it, I had to save it. I had to copy it. I had to, because I looked for it for so long. I'm sure I must have bootlegged it or something and posted up for people to see, because it's very cute. It's very interesting. But this is what I do. This is the life of a singer actor. I bought this today. Isn't this cute? It's just a floss, right? But I carry floss around because I sometimes get something in my teeth and it kills me until I get it out. So this is cute. This is so cute. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like a little tooth. It's cute. I bought a few. Oh, I bought these glasses today too. Look, I went shopping today, y'all. I don't do a whole lot of shopping because I don't know. I don't need anything. I'm in a New York apartment, right? It's a 1-bedroom. And I do live alone. But like when you live somewhere for a long time, you accumulate things. I have tables, beach umbrellas. I have old audio equipment. Of course I have my keyboard and all that goes along with that. I've got my setup over there with my little my mom's kind of, I don't know what you call it. Shrine? I don't know. It's not really a shrine, but What the go on with you? What's going on? Oh, what's going on? What's going on with you, Hutron? We in here with somebody from Russia, all the way from Moscow. I love social media for that reason. You just jump on, you end up in a room with somebody from Moscow. I think the furthest other place I can think of someone being from, I'm sure people have been from other places and they haven't said anything, but someone was from Scotland not too long ago. And I was like, Scotland? Oh my God. I've been to England, but only London, and I didn't get to go anywhere else. I wanted to go other places, but we didn't have that kind of time. Like we had like 4 days. So we just stayed in London. Did the double-decker bus tour. Went out partying. London's just so dreary. I don't like I can't say, I didn't stay there long enough. Like 4 days is nothing. But like it was pretty dreary. It was overcast, cloudy, and raining most of the time, and we didn't get a lot of rain, but we got enough to we're here for the weekend. We want all sunshine and rainbows. You know what I'm saying? But of course you can't have a rainbow without the rain. Yeah, but it was cute. It was cute. Luckily, in my lifetime, I've gotten to travel a lot, extensively. Some through, touring with different shows, Smokey Joe's Cafe, Dream Girls, And Get Your Gun, Beauty and the Beast, and a lot. And I toured when I first came to New York with 3 or 4 different children's shows, or we call it theater for young audiences. And we did Dinosaur Mountain and Tom Sawyer, Thumbelina. I'm thinking there was one other show because I'm pretty sure I did 4 of them. But anyway, just a lot of touring to a lot of different cities, a lot of different countries, and I've been very lucky. And I did a lot of that in my 20s. In my 30s, I did more traveling with my ex. We went to, we wanted to see the seven wonders of the world together. We traveled for my birthday, for his birthday, for Christmas, at least every year. So like 7 years, traveling 3 times a year, that's 21 different places. That's, at least 21 cities or countries or whatever. And we went to Colombia 3 times. We went to China twice. We went to Hong Kong. We went to the Caribbean a lot. Aruba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. We didn't get to go to Haiti. I wanted to go to Haiti. We didn't get to go to Haiti. But just a lot of places, a lot of traveling. I've been very, very lucky in that. And I usually travel for my birthday. And my birthday is coming up in a few weeks. Like 7 weeks. So I need to start looking, because I have frequent flyer miles. I need to start looking for where I want to go for my birthday this year. I didn't end up going anywhere last year because I waited till the last minute, which I tend to do. My ex was the one to plan months in advance. Me, I'm not. I think about 2-3 weeks before I'm ready to go somewhere. I'm like, okay, let me check. And if it don't happen, then I'll be like, okay, I'm not going there. So the year before I went to Barbados. The year before that I went to St. Croix. The year before that I think I stayed home. So this year I want to go, but I kind of want to go to somewhere. Well, kind of want to go. I'm going somewhere in the States. Because something happened with my passport and they stole my money. And I didn't get my darn passport. So I'm not even applying for it right now. I should, but I ain't really trying to go nowhere. So I'm thinking of going to Seattle or San Jose or Essex, San Diego. I would go to San Francisco, but I've been to San Francisco. But San Jose is right across the bridge. So maybe, who knows? I need to start checking though. Should I put that on my list? I know it. Like I just be procrastinating. Because I do want to go. I have a good friend that lives in Seattle. And it's kind of like the warm period. It's like when I went to Alaska. I was like, I'm not going to Alaska unless it's summer, like hot summer. And that's when I ended up going for my birthday. I went to Anchorage. Then we drove up to Denali National Park and stayed the night. We stayed the night in Anchorage, a night in Denali by the park, and did the full day park and then stayed the night. And then, so I think we stayed 2 nights, because I think they drove up, spent the night, went to the park, spent the night, and then the next day we went to Seward, which is way down, because we wanted to go see the glaciers. So we went way down to Seward, where it was cold, freezing. But we saw the glaciers, but we also saw whales. We saw whales. Oh my God! And they were literally like performing for our tour, yacht or whatever. They were jumping all over the place and looking at us, and I'm glad they didn't try to eat us. But they say whales don't really do that. Like, they really have to be provoked and all that good stuff. Okay, let me cut you off because I'm about to do my dishes. I do this sometimes when I'm online. How can I cut you off? There we go. Okay. Sometimes when I'm online, I have stuff to do, so I go ahead and just do it while I'm on here. So I'm going to do my dishes because the dishes need to be done. Because the dishes need to be done. I'm about to post something on this channel, on this page too. It's only been 19 minutes. See, it's been such a short period of time that we've had together. So I don't want to sign out now and mess up this good thing we got going on. You know what I'm saying? We got a good thing going. Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Who knows Shaka Khan up in here? Whoa. I would be singing more, but like I said, I still got a little something going on. And hopefully it will be gone by tomorrow. I'm doing my due diligence, having my teas and my smoothies and my healthy stuff, you know, so that it don't hang around too long. But luckily, I don't really have anything that I have to do this week. You know, as a performer, I do have jobs that come up at the last minute, or they need somebody, blah, blah, blah. But at the moment, I don't have anything to worry about. I don't have anything to do. I'm just chilling, doing my social media thing, working on content. I have a bunch of ideas that I should be getting to, but I haven't gotten to yet. The only good thing about like the skits and stuff I write, they're usually not just about topical stuff. They're not stuff that's just happening right now. They're things that happen consistently throughout one's life. So they're kind of evergreen. They don't have to be done today or tomorrow. They can be done 2 months from now. And they would be just as funny. Speaking of funny, hold on, speaking of funny though, I want to wait. I would tell this story if I remember. Y'all don't want to help me wash these dishes? Y'all don't want to help me clean this house? We got to get it done, baby. Because ain't nobody going to do it if we don't do it. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Usually I do AMC Tuesdays and go see a movie. Last week I went to see Megan the sequel, which was okay. I didn't expect it to be like Oscar-worthy material, and it wasn't. It was just fun and silly and action-packed. Kind of topical with, you know, AI and all that good stuff. People talking about AI taking over. We're talking about Megan 2, the sequel. I went to see it on last Tuesday on AMC Tuesdays when it's like $8 to see a movie instead of 18. So I try to see when there are movies out that I want to see. I usually see them on a Tuesday. But I have to check because like right now I don't know if there's anything that I want to see. I saw the Phoenician Scheme the week before. But I don't think there's anything I want to see. Is there anything that you want to see? Is there anything that's like, that's really good? Maybe something that you have seen that you can recommend? Because this year it's been Sinners, Phoenician Scheme, Megan. I'm waiting on the Jordan Peele movie. He's the Jordan Peele produced movie. Him, I think it is, the basketball movie. Because I know it's going to be a little crazy. But like anything else, I don't don't really want to see F1. I haven't seen any of those, so I'm not really interested in going to see that. Watching people drive around in circles has never been my thing. I do enough of that in my lifetime. Especially living up here in Manhattan. You drive around in circles. If you have a car or if you have to rent a car, if you have to park, you drive around in circles for 20, 30, 40 minutes looking for a parking space. I'm usually pretty lucky. But I remember not too long ago, I was coming home from a gig. Again, I'm a singer. Singer-songwriter. My day job is the wedding singer. So I was coming home from a gig, probably a wedding. And it was late. You know, it was a late Saturday night. And I usually get pretty, lucky finding like parking spaces and stuff. I am doing dishes, yeah. I usually get pretty lucky finding parking spaces, but this night I had to pee, and naturally it took me almost an hour to find a parking space. Maybe an hour. And I literally had to get out of the car at one point and just go pee on the street. Just peed on the street. Which men are really lucky that they can do that. We can go and just, stand on a tree and do our business. And sometimes look like you're just standing there. But not too long after I peed, after I relieved myself, about 10, 15 minutes after that, I found a parking space. And I literally would have driven by it, but I was looking. I was like, and somebody pulled out, and I backed up. Shoot, I could have hit somebody if they were right behind me. But I skirted and backed up illegally and found my spot, got me a spot. But that's crazy, like an hour. I think before that, the longest I had done is like maybe 35 minutes. And that's years and years and years of being here. So parking is getting worse. Or maybe it was just a bad night. Maybe there's a lot of people up here. On the weekends, there'll be a lot of double parking because people are partying in different clubs and stuff and bars and hanging out on the street and stuff. So maybe that was it too. But it's not cute. Not one bit. Luckily, I've only gotten one parking ticket while I've been living up here, 20-something years. But that's because I don't own a car. If I owned a car in New York, baby, I would have so many parking tickets. Just for not waking up in the morning to move the car. I know me, I'd be like, wake up, look at the clock, be like, man, fuck that, yeah, man. Turn over and go back to sleep. Wake up in a panic like 3 hours later. Be like, oh man, dang, another ticket. But luckily, I've only gotten one. These are new glasses. I'm already pushing them up. Yes. These today, $3.99. Readers, your $2.50s. I just moved up again, I guess. Slowly but surely going. I don't want to speak that into existence, so. Alrighty, so the dishes are, well, I got one more. Anybody else feel a sense of accomplishment when they do something like this? Be like, okay, I need to do these darn dishes. I don't feel like it, but let me go on ahead and get it done. Then you get it done, you're like, oh, I did that. Hey! I'm so professional. Or maybe that's not the word for it. I'm so focused. I'm so goal-oriented. I'm so special. Okay. I'm gonna dump the little filter with the junk in it. Bigger than me. Okay. I would make some tea, but I already have some in the refrigerator. In fact, I have several of them. Now they're iced tea. not hot tea. But you know, they have the same benefit. Oh, yes, sir. What's going on? It's been 30 minutes, so I'm probably going to get out of here in a few minutes. Woo. Because it's hot and I want to take off my clothes. And I don't necessarily feel comfortable taking off my clothes on camera. This ain't OF or OFF over here. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to see this old sexy anyway. I say that, but at the beach I was getting a little, little looks and things. A few people chatted me up. And what's even cuter is a friend of mine he came a little late, and we were hanging out, so we walking around and stuff like that. And there's somebody that I really, really like, right? And he's come to play cards a few times at another place that I go play cards. So generally pays me, friendly and all that, but not, interested, friendly. So we talked a few times on the beach, blah, blah, and the other little hug here, a little hug there. And so I was like, oh, why don't you come over and, chill out with me a little while, whatever, something. So I was telling my friend that was sitting there, I was like, well, you know what? If he comes over, then he's interested. If he doesn't come over, then he's just not interested. Imagine my surprise when I looked up and he was walking over. I was like, look. Came over and sat almost in my lap. Came over almost in my lap, I tell you. And we were just chit-chatting like this. And I was just like, oh my God. Oh, are we about to kiss or something? We didn't kiss. But it was a very promising conversation. Very promising conversation. So I was very happy. It don't take much, a little flirt, a little stuff like that. It don't take much to make most people feel good. Whether you're interested or whether you're not interested. And he is interested. But even if you're not, just to make people feel good, just have a little conversation and say, yeah, nah, I mean, I'm doing me, or like I'm with somebody, or I'm seeing somebody, or blah, blah. But like, still just being friendly. And I do that a lot of times. I think it gets me in trouble sometimes. I really do. I think I be too friendly sometimes, and people be getting the wrong impression. But I'm one that will easily say, I'm not interested. I will, I'll be like, oh, you cool and all, but I'm just not interested. Or, I ain't got to make up nobody. I ain't got to be like, oh, I'm seeing somebody, or, I ain't going to make nothing up. I'm up front. I'm just like, no, you're not the one. You're not the right one for me. But you seem cool. You're nice. Enjoy your company. I hope we can be friends. Which in New York usually doesn't happen. Because it takes energy. It takes energy. It takes time. It takes commitment to even make a friend as an adult. You have to plan to get together. You have to text or call each other. You have to hang out. You have to have discussions. You have to, you have to actively be trying to be friends. It's not like when you're in school and you have to be there every day. So you just end up being around the same people. Y'all sit next to each other, every day. So naturally you end up talking all the time. You end up working together, and then you end up being cool or whatever. It's not like that. You literally have to put in the time and the work and the effort to become friends. Now, luckily for me as an adult, making friends, for one, I'm pretty outgoing, but also because I play cards, I play games, so I go to adult game nights with friends. We play spades, we play bitwist, sometimes we play like Cards Against Humanity or Uno or Jenga, or there's other kind of games we play too. I can't think of. Bago is one. So there'll be games that we'll play. And there'll be new people coming all the time, or people who come from out of town, blah, blah, blah. So like I'm constantly meeting new people. I'm getting to know different people. Sometimes I'll see the same people like you would in school, but I see them, every week or every other week. And so, we talk, we blah, blah, blah. So we can, and we haven't something in common. We enjoy playing cards, or whatever it is we're doing, whether we're playing Cards Against Humanity or whether we're playing Jenga or something. But we enjoy going and hanging out with friends and just, chit-chatting and watching shows and blah, blah, blah. So I do meet a lot of people like that. And I don't host here because I have a lot of like electronic equipment and lighting and all that different stuff. So I don't generally host here. But I have I have at least 3 regular places that I go that host, and they don't all host every week. One hosts about every week, or, often. I say 3 weeks out of 4. Others host every now and then. And so I have places that I go where I meet new people all the time. And, sometimes you vibe with people, sometimes you exchange information, sometimes, whatever. So I do end up meeting a lot of people and do become, I call it associates. It's hard to become a friend. We have to be talking and chilling and enjoying each other's company for a while before I say that's my friend. But, I have a lot of associates, people that I know from these parties and stuff. And we recognize each other and we hang out. And like the person who came to hang out at the beach, 2 people came to hang out with me at the beach yesterday. One is somebody that I've been playing cards with for years. And the other is someone that I've known. We told somebody just before the pandemic, but it was like years, maybe 5 years before the pandemic. So that's somebody that I've known for years, and I call them a friend because we've known each other a really long time. And we've invested that interest in one another, in one another's lives and how each other is doing, checking up and say, oh, are you okay? But so like somebody who really cares about your well-being. Even if they don't call you or talk to you every day, every now and then they check in and say, oh yeah, I saw you on social media. Are you doing all right? Everything going good? Oh, I enjoyed this video, blah, 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 the other, whatever, For me on social media, I think it's a lot easier because people see me almost every day. If they are online, if they're on Facebook or they're on social media, you see me every day because I post every day. At least on one site every day. And I have like 8 different places that I post. So you're going to see at least one of them. And I might post on one and put it in my story on Instagram that also goes to Facebook. So then that's 3 places that you see me. So you know how I'm doing. And if I don't post for a few days, something's going on. And at least my friends do. And they know to check on me. What's going on? I ain't seeing you post in a few days. What's up? Are you okay? And I'll tell you, if I don't, and it hasn't happened in forever. For really, it really hasn't. But if I don't post for 3 or 4 days, I'll get at least a dozen people hit me up and be like, where you been? What's going on? Are you okay? What's up? But it just doesn't happen with me. It really doesn't. Okay, I'm about to get myself out of here. It's been 38 minutes. Wow, it seems like it's been longer than that. Time flies, they say, when you're having fun. Ow. Ooh, my toe is hurting. But I got these sandals today. I've been looking for them for a minute, but they got the little Chinese reflexology dots or whatever. Maybe my feet will feel better after a few days of walking the knees. Get me a little reflexology for $7. Because usually they charge you $20, $30 for some reflexology, man. I ain't trying to do that all the time. But it is about time for a nice full body Swedish massage, which I enjoy, which is probably going to run me about $70, maybe 50. Maybe I can probably get it for 50, or maybe a half an hour. If I can get a half hour for like $40, $50, that'd be good. Anyway, this is Robert Anton, robertanton.com, your singer-songwriter, actor, author, poet. I'm about to sign out. So if you see this later on, make sure to thumb it up and say what's up, how you doing, what's going on, and comment on anything that you enjoy. See, as soon as I talk about I'm about to sign out, people start falling up in because they're like, okay, this Negro about to go. So let me see how long I can keep him in here. I'm out. Peace. Now, how you cut this thing off? Thanks for hanging out. Well, you know what? Wait. We're going to work 25 more seconds, so it'll be 40 minutes exactly. It's hot. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:22. It's not that late. I'm going to be up for a while because, like I said, I was sleeping quite a bit today. But I'm happy that I had somebody from Russia, from Moscow in here. All right, so how you sign out? Oh, there it is. How you there? I think right there.